Hi guys, welcome to another basement review by Diminias. Today we're going to be talking about RWBY episode 6. So we know from last episode we're going to see some combat this episode, which is awesome because the combat is what makes this anime right now. We don't have much of a plot other than the fact that we know we have several students in high school going through an initiation at this point. And the first one we encounter in this episode is Yang. And you can probably hear my cat flipping out in the background. I apologize. Anyways, Yang comes into contact with two monsters of Grimm. And she starts out just kind of playing with him, I guess you would say. Yang's kind of an easygoing girl. And then they hit one of her hairs off of her head. And apparently that's something you don't do. It set Yang off, and Yang went into her, as I like to call it, Super Saiyan mode, and started kicking some ass. After that, she meets up with Blake, who takes out a third monster of Grimm. And those two are going to be partners. Now, we go to RWBY and Weiss, which obviously is a very important point in the story at this point. And the reason that is because RWBY is obviously a loner. She's not somebody who gets along well with other people. She's not somebody who makes friends easily. She's somebody who is going to be one of those people who wants to do everything by themselves. And Weiss is facing down numerous monsters of Grimm, probably more than she can handle by herself. And she's about to prepare an attack and actually begins to strike when RWBY kills that monster, and Weiss is forced to redirect her attack and starts the forest on fire. Obviously, this is a little irritating to Weiss, and RWBY doesn't quite understand why Weiss is upset. The fact is, RWBY needs to learn how to work in a team at this point, and I think that's what you're going to see the story concentrate on, is the fact that she struggles when she's in a team. She's not a team player. She's very good by herself, but she's not a team player. So Weiss grabs RWBY and they flee the area that is now on fire, and obviously RWBY and Weiss are both frustrated with one another. And that's kind of where we get left off in that storyline. Then we meet up with Jean, and we find some important things out about the magic in RWBY. I would like to call it magic of the soul, basically where your soul can be projected out as a weapon and as a force field, something that protects you. It reminds me a lot of spiritual pressure or reishi in Bleach. It's something in Bleach, Ichigo uses it to protect himself as well as to strike out at his opponents. So to me, it's a little bit different, as you know, but it's very, very close to the same concept. But it's interesting. We get to see as they're talking about this, we get to see a battle where it's utilized and it's used to its fullest potential. And it's quite devastating to these monsters of Grimm, who are explained to have no soul and cannot use this ability. So it's another piece of the puzzle for the magic within this universe, which is something, we're still grasping. So overall, the episode was action-packed. I don't think anyone can complain about the animation of the action. That's never going to be a complaint with RWBY, because it's obvious that the animators at Rooster Teeth are really focusing hard to making combat awesome. As far as what we learned, quite obviously this is an important episode so far, where we learn that John he has an ability that he didn't even know he had that is going to make him a better character. Right now, he's the comic relief, and don't get me wrong, I think he's always going to be kind of comic relief, but this has pushed him to now where he's useful. He's not going to be the guy that's left out of everything. So John, I'm hoping, learns how to use his aura and become a very powerful character in the series. Because we see a lot of females who are quite powerful at this moment, but John right now is the only male character in the series, as, you know, well, not the only one, but one of two male characters in the series, and he's obviously the weakest, and I'm rooting for the underdog. I think we all are. John, quite obviously, wants to make friends, wants to get a girl, so who wouldn't root for him? Anyways, guys, I enjoyed the episode. Like I say, go watch it over at roosterteeth.com. Watch it again. Watch it again when it comes out on YouTube. Support these guys. Let these guys make better quality productions because they do an outstanding job. All right, guys, this is Diminias, and I'm signing out.